Welcome. You might feel perfectly healthy today, but deep within your blood vessels, a silent and dangerous script is being written without your knowledge or consent. Your circulatory system is the highway of life. When it is clean and flexible, your body thrives, pumping nutrients and oxygen to every single cell effortlessly. However, subtle changes are occurring. Tiny deposits of plaque are beginning to settle on the arterial walls, narrow passages, and hardening the once flexible vessels. The most terrifying part? Research shows that up to 70% of arterial obstruction can occur without causing a single sensation of pain or discomfort. I want to talk about the endothelium. This is the thin, silk-like inner lining of your blood vessels that acts as the brain of your circulation. This delicate layer is responsible for regulating blood pressure and preventing clots. It is your body's most vital shield against heart disease and strokes. According to the American Heart Association, 1 in 3 adults is currently living with hardened arteries without even realizing the danger they are in. This is what I call the silent erosion. It is a slow, steady destruction of your internal health that happens while you think everything is fine. Every day, small choices contribute to this erosion. Your vessels are losing their elasticity, becoming brittle like old plastic pipes instead of flexible rubber hoses. Because there are no pain receptors in the arterial lining, you won't feel the damage until it is nearly too late to reverse the process. The real question is, why are we choosing to poison this vital system every single evening? Let us look at the habits that are killing you. Meet Arthur, a 55-year-old engineer. He prides himself on his discipline, running 5 kilometers every morning and maintaining what he thinks is a healthy diet. Arthur is a man of logic and routine. He avoids smoking, watches his weight, and believes he is doing everything right to live a long life. For dinner, he often has a simple salad. But notice the side of white bread and the heavy dressing he uses every night before bed. He felt invincible. He thought his morning exercise could cancel out any minor dietary slip-ups. He was wrong, and his body was keeping the score. One Tuesday evening, the silence was broken. A sudden numbness in his arm and a flash of dizziness sent Arthur spiraling into a medical emergency. He had suffered a transient ischemic attack. It was a warning shot from his brain, a sign that his blood vessels were failing to do their job. The doctor told him his arteries were as hard as rusty iron pipes. Arthur was stunned. He couldn't understand how his healthy lifestyle had failed him. Think of it like plumbing. You can clean the outside of the house all you want, but if the pipes are rusting from within, failure is inevitable. The scans showed advanced stiffening. While Arthur exercised by day, his evening habits were undoing all the progress he made, hardening his arteries while he slept. Arthur represents 90% of us. We work hard during the day, only to make critical mistakes in the evening that destroy our vascular health. Your blood vessels do not care about your morning jog if you are setting them on fire with inflammatory choices at 8 o'clock every night. To understand why, we must look at the molecular level. This is where the battle for your life is won or lost every single night. The hero of this story is nitric oxide. These tiny molecules are the gas pedal for your circulation, telling your arteries when to relax and expand. When nitric oxide is abundant, your vessels are soft and elastic. They can handle changes in blood pressure easily, protecting your heart and your brain. Nitric oxide is your #1 shield. It prevents white blood cells from sticking to the walls and keeps the blood flowing like a smooth river. But this shield is fragile. When unstable molecules called free radicals enter the scene, they hunt down and destroy nitric oxide, leaving your vessels defenseless. The balance between these two forces determines the age of your arteries. If the red radicals win, your blood vessels start to harden and crack. Without enough nitric oxide, the vessel walls become stiff. They can no longer dilate when needed, causing blood pressure to skyrocket and damaging the lining. Groundbreaking research from Duke University shows that our ability to produce this life-saving molecule drops significantly as we age, making our evening habits even more critical. By the time you are 50, you may only be producing half the nitric oxide you did in your youth. Your margin for error is gone. Nighttime is when your body enters its primary repair phase. It is the only time the endothelium can truly heal from the stresses of the day. If you disrupt this repair process with bad habits, the damage becomes permanent and irreversible. Let us look at the 3 habits that kill your recovery. The first mistake is the salty evening. Adding salt to your dinner or eating processed foods late at night is a disaster for your arterial health. Many of us consume hidden salts in sauces, deli meats, and pre-packaged meals. These are chemical bombs that explode in your bloodstream hours later. Sodium is a magnet for water. When you eat too much of it, it pulls water into your blood vessels, drastically increasing the total volume of blood. This creates a tidal wave of pressure against your arterial walls. Your vessels, which should be resting, are now being stretched to their absolute breaking point. This is osmotic pressure. It is a relentless force that bruises the delicate endothelial cells, creating microscopic tears where plaque can easily take root and grow. Normally, your blood pressure should drop by 10 to 20% while you sleep. If it stays high because of salt, you are in danger. This non-dipping hypertension is a leading cause of midnight heart attacks and strokes. Your arteries never get a moment of peace to recover and heal. Under this constant stress, the endothelium loses its ability to produce nitric oxide altogether. The vessel begins to seize up and become permanently rigid and brittle. You might not feel the pressure, but your vessels are screaming. This silent erosion is happening every second you are asleep after a salty meal. The solution is simple. Replace salt with herbs. Garlic, rosemary, and oregano not only add flavor, but also contain compounds that help your arteries relax. By choosing natural seasonings, you allow your blood pressure to dip naturally at night, giving your internal lining the chance it needs to rebuild itself. The second mistake is the sweet finish. That dessert or sugary drink after dinner is doing much more than just adding inches to your waistline. Sugar, especially in liquid form, enters your bloodstream almost instantly. This creates a massive spike in glucose right before you go to bed. When your blood sugar is high at night, it triggers a chemical reaction that is devastating for your proteins. It is like pouring acid into your vessels. This process creates AGGs, or advanced glycation end products. These are sticky, toxic compounds that bind to the elastic fibers of your arterial walls and destroy them. Think of glycation like toasting bread. The sugar and heat turn something soft and flexible into something hard, brown, and very brittle that easily snaps. Your arteries are being caramelized from the inside out. They lose their ability to pulse with your heartbeat, forcing your heart to work much harder. These cracks are magnets for cholesterol. Your body tries to patch the cracks with fat, which eventually leads to the massive blockages that cause heart attacks. Without the flexibility of healthy tissue, your vascular system becomes like a desert floor, dry, cracked, and unable to support the flow of life properly. High insulin at night is a disaster. It prevents the release of growth hormones that are essential for repairing the microscopic damage done to your vessels. The National Kidney Foundation warns that nighttime sugar is the #1 enemy of your delicate filtration systems and your entire vascular network. This damage is not localized. It affects every organ, from your brain to your kidneys, aging you prematurely and setting the stage for chronic disease. The third and perhaps most common mistake is the late night feast. Eating too close to your bedtime is a recipe for internal chaos. When you eat late, you are forcing your body to work when it should be resting. Your metabolism is not designed to handle food while you sleep. Insulin and melatonin are like a seesaw. When insulin is high from a late meal, it suppresses the melatonin you need for deep, restorative sleep. Your body has a limited amount of energy. If it is busy digesting a heavy meal, it cannot focus on repairing the lining of your arteries. Think of it as a stop order for maintenance. The repair crew for your blood vessels is sent home early because the energy is diverted elsewhere. Your vessels are forced to remain active and under pressure all night long. They never get the chance to enter the low-pressure state required for healing. Microscopic injuries that should have been patched overnight are left open, becoming the perfect foundation for future blockages and life-threatening blood clots. To save your arteries, you must follow the 3-hour golden rule. Stop eating at least 3 full hours before you plan to close your eyes. This allows your insulin levels to return to baseline, clearing the path for the repair hormones to begin their vital work of vascular restoration. By giving your body this window of time, you are allowing it to perform the only opportunity it has in 24 hours to self-heal. You have the power to break the cycle of damage. Every night is an opportunity to either harden your arteries or make them soft and youthful again. The good news is that your blood vessels are incredibly resilient. They want to heal, and they will if you simply stop the nightly sabotage. Imagine waking up feeling lighter, with more energy and the peace of mind that your heart is getting stronger every single night while you rest. Here is your plan. Finish dinner by 7 p.m. Cut out the added salt and save the sweets for a rare daytime treat never before bed. Incorporate magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds and leafy greens into your dinner. Magnesium is a natural calcium channel blocker that helps your arteries relax. A cup of light green tea 2 hours before bed can provide EGCG, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect the endothelium from oxidative stress and inflammation. Within just 21 days of these changes, your arterial function can improve significantly. You can actually feel the difference in your circulation and energy. Commit to this for 3 weeks. Your body will thank you, your heart will be protected, and you will be on the path to longevity. Please share this video with someone you love. These silent killers are avoidable, and your knowledge could save a life today. Subscribe for more health keys. I am your health specialist. Listen to your body before it is forced to scream. Your health is in your hands and your evening habits. See you next time.